Welcome back, YouTube. David here, and today I just want to come clean and be honest with all of you. As obviously the title of the video is a 100-day transformation, but the way I went about this change is not the most ideal way. So for those of you who don't know, I've been training for years. Naturally, I've always been on the thinner side. I've always had just a thinner frame, so putting on weight has always been difficult. No matter how much I eat, how hard I train, even though the diet's 100% spot on, never miss a training session, just naturally the muscle mass is, I've seen progress over the years, but it's never been to the point where I feel comfortable with where I'm at. So I've decided I've had enough of that, and then going into this, I knew the health risks associated with it, but it's a decision that I personally wanted to make. So I jumped on it, and I mean, I have seen some of the side effects that other bodybuilders have been talking about, but it's not to the point where it's really affecting my health yet, and right now I'm questioning whether I regret it or not. But I'm just fucking with y'all. Okay, now that we clear that was a joke, let's get on to the actual point of this video. So, as the title implies, yes, it is a 100-day transformation. However, the way I went about it is really just 100 days of being on creatine monohydrate. Specifically, I've been using this one right here. It's Bodytex 100% pure creatine monohydrate. Nothing fancy. You can find it at any supplement store. So, always heard about creatine, never tried it. But before we get into how I took it, when I took it, for how long, and all the results I got from it, let's do a little bit of background information. So there are 3 ergogenic aids that have stood the test of time. That means 3 supplements that can improve your overall athletic performance, or just, you don't even have to be an athlete, just overall physical performance. Weight room, if you are an athlete, on the field, on the court, whatever it may be. That's going to be protein powder, caffeine, and creatine. Now, of those 3, the one that has the most research backing it up, the most research supplement, the most articles proving, hey, this is what you need to be taking, is going to be creatine. It's 100% safe, has a lot of articles out there that you could look up showing nothing but 100% benefits. Take creatine. So what exactly is it? Many people think that it's a steroid. It is not a steroid. If it was, I don't think they would be selling them at your local vitamin shop. So what it is, it's obviously a powder. You drink it, but most people think that it will automatically help you build muscle. That's not how it works. What it does is it aids in ATP production. For those who don't know, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, that's the chemical source of energy for muscle contraction. So if we were to get our arm from this position all the way to, ooh, look at that. Basically just flexing our muscles, contracting our muscles, that requires energy. So what do we use as energy to contract? ATP. Similar to how a car uses gas as fuel, we use ATP as the source of energy for the muscle. So when we work out, your body only has a certain amount of ATP stored up, and then it has to go through the process of building up more, but eventually, you know, you're going to run out. So if you were to start taking creatine, you build up even more ATP in your system. It helps create more. So the more ATP you have in your body, the more you can push harder in the workout before you run out. The harder you push, the more stimulus the muscle has to go through, the bigger it will be in the long run. So again, ATP. Creatine does not help you build muscle by itself. What it does is it helps build and create more ATP. This ATP is the source of energy for muscle contraction. The more energy has to contract, the harder you can push and the longer you can push during the workout, which will then help you build more muscle in the long run. So let's get that clear. All right, so now that we have that covered, let's talk about when to take it, how to take it. So obviously it comes in a powder form. Right there, you can see it's white powder. There's a reason why it comes in a powder, because it needs to dissolve in the liquid before you take it. So do not dry scoop it. If you dry scoop it, dumb. There's a reason why it comes in powder. Mix it in something first so it can dissolve, then down the hatch. how to take it. So when you first get creatine, there's a lot of people that say you got to do a loading phase. Loading phase means you just take so many servings within the first week so it builds up in your system. It's not like pre-workout powder where you can just take it right before the workout and it kicks in on the days you just happen to work out. It's not like that. Creatine is one of the supplements where it's more like a vitamin, where it's more of a daily thing and you have to build it up in your system. So the whole point of the loading phase is so that it gets built up in your system a lot quicker. So you'll oftentimes, whatever brand of creatine you get, you'll see on the label it says for the first 7 days take 3 to 4 servings with water or whatever, and then after that 1 week, and then you'll take a maintenance dose of just 1 scoop a day. But realistically, eventually it's going to build up in your system. So me, I never bothered to do the loading phase for the first 7 weeks. I just took 1 serving size per day, and I would say from the time you do the loading phase to compared to taking 1 serving per day, within 1 month of just taking 1 serving per day, you'll have the same amount of creatine built up in your system as if you did the loading phase in the first place. Loading phase is just so you could get built up in your system a lot quicker, but I mean, unless you're in a rush, I see nothing wrong with just doing a scoop a day. So again, like I said, loading phase, bunch of servings 1 day the first week, every day of the first week, and afterwards just the maintenance phase of 1 scoop per day, or just do the 1 scoop per day from the very beginning. Eventually it will be built up in your system. So when do you take it? Before the workout, after the workout? So there's research out there that has been done showing whether you take it before or after, and although there isn't that much of a difference, some articles show that there is just the slightest bit of better absorption or just benefits taking it after the workout, but like I said, it's very minimal. So unless you're looking for that slightest edge, then take it after your workout. But if you take it before, not the end of the world. It's still going to be built up in your system. Me personally, I took it in my protein shake after the workout, because I mean, after my workout, I'm already blending a shake with protein powder. Might as well just throw all the powders in there, makes it easier. And again, even on the days when I'm not working out and I don't drink protein powder, I still mix it in water or whatever liquid I'm drinking and drink it. It's a daily thing. Think of it like a vitamin, not just on the days you work out, right? It's not a pre-workout. Don't work that way. So now that we got a little bit of background information about what creatine is, now let's go on to the actual video itself. My transformation, 100 days on creatine. So on day 1, you'll see this picture. Okay, so for that picture, that was the very first day I took creatine. I was 165 pounds with 13.6% body fat. Okay, so again, 165 at 13.6% body fat. Now, after 100 days of taking it straight, boom, here's what we got. So as you can see, there's a noticeable difference. Now in this photo, I am 168 pounds at 13.3% body fat. So I gained 3 pounds of body weight, but I went down 0.3% of a body fat. Now let's break down those numbers. Creatine does not build up any body fat in your system, so don't worry about you getting fat. Creatine will not affect that. You can see 13.6 to 13.3 is not the biggest difference in the world, because nothing changed. I didn't change how much cardio I was doing. I didn't change anything in my diet. I simply just added the creatine into my system, and that's the difference. So your body fat shouldn't be affected. The body weight overall, though, does get affected. So you see there's 3 pounds gained, and I'm pretty sure you can tell by those 2 photos there was quite a bit of difference in overall muscle mass. To look into more differences, here's the 2 pictures again, side by side. So you can see I'm just standing, flexing my lats in front of a mirror. Okay, now let's look at this photo of me doing a back lat spread. So you can see the 2 photos, my back, there's a lot more development on the photo where I'm taking creatine versus the one where I'm not. Or day 1 versus day 100. Now let's look at a front double biceps. So you can see again, day 1 versus day 100, big difference. Now let's look at most muscular pose, where I'm just flexing everything, trying to look as swole as possible. Again, just my opinion, maybe I'm just being a little biased. I definitely see a big difference between day 1 and 100. So that was the difference in terms of physique. Now how do I go about that? Creatine allows you to push a little bit harder, like I said. So those moments where you're really straining on the lift, you know, you're really shaking, struggling, thank the creatine for allowing you to get those last few reps. once you jump on it and it's built up in your system, what you normally would have been able to do for 8 reps, maybe now you can do it for 10 reps. Again, it allows you to push a little bit harder for a little bit longer because now you have more ATP production in your body. So even when you take it, you will not build muscle right away. You still have to push hard in the gym. Don't expect results right away. You still have to go and put in the effort when it comes to working out. You still have to monitor your diet. Pretty much everything you were already doing before to get the ideal physique that you want or the ideal results, you still have to go through all that. Creatine is not the magic powder that will all of a sudden make everything easier. You still have to put the effort in. All right. So now let's look at performance outcomes. So the main things I was going to be using to show you the results from day 1 and 100 are my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. So let's start off with bench press. I saw no results because on day 15 of me taking creatine, that specific day, I tore my pec. So the rest of the 100 days was just being used to rehab it and trying to get it back to where it used to be, but no big deal. So now that I established that there was nothing, no benefit for the bench press, let's move on to the deadlift. We'll start with those. So right here I'm going to be pulling up a specific video, and this was going to be the video that I took before creatine. So it was the week right before I first started taking it, and in this one I decided I was going to start deadlifting 365, but just look at the struggle. Look at, oh my god, okay, 3 plates times 25, that's 1, back down. You notice the long break. I had to switch my grip because I already felt it was losing. And let's go back up, 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 up. Come on, get it, get it. Look how red my face turned. So that was 2 reps of 365 before taking creatine. All right, and now let's look at what I was able to lift the last week leading up to day 100. So on that one, I have it right here. Boom. Alright, so now this is 385. Oh my god, look at the speed, look at the improvement. That's 1. Alright, boom, that's 2. Already a lot faster. It's 20 pounds heavier, and I even did an extra rep. So I'm about to go for the 3rd one. Up, up, up. Boom. So as you can see, each one of those reps, they flew up a lot faster than 365, even though it is 20 pounds heavier. So that goes to show that my overall strength increased after I started taking creatine. Now let's move on to the squat. So the squat that I took, or the video that I took of me squatting before I actually jumped on creatine, I decided to do 365. I mean, not 365, 315. But look at how I'm wearing knee sleeves in this video. Knee sleeves do give you a little bit of an extra bounce towards the bottom, and look at the speed. That's 1 rep right there. All right, I just went for 1. You saw there was a little bit of a slowdown about halfway, but now after taking the creatine for 100 days, again, this squat was recorded the day leading up to day 100. Let's see, where are you at? Right here. Let's just look at the speed on this one. Went down, boom. It was more of an even pace all the way up, and it definitely flew up a lot faster. And the biggest thing is, in that video of the second squat where it shows I got a lot stronger, I'm not wearing any knee sleeves. I didn't even have to rely on them as much because now my leg strength improved. So it goes to show creatine is effective. It is not a steroid. A lot of good results. It will help you put on a little bit of weight, but you still have to push yourself in the gym to see those results that you want to see. Creatine is for everyone, in my opinion. Definitely beneficial. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the most researched supplement out there, one of the best things you can be taking. So with that being said, if there's any other comments, or actually, what are your experiences with creatine? Anything that you experienced, did you see more results in terms of size, or did you see more results in terms of strength? Everyone's going to react a little bit differently. Comment down below if you tried it, what were your experiences when you first jumped on it. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to not just my channel, but my girlfriend's channel, and we also have a couple's accounts together. And on Instagram, TikTok, please follow all the individual accounts and our couple's accounts together. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, catch you all next time.